After the 3-episode Season 3 opener, Reacher goes into its titular character's history with Xavier, Quinn, and Dominka Cole. Each season of the show included a personal link in the cases Reacher worked, and this one may be the most heartbreaking yet. The deaths of his brother and former special investigator colleagues weren't his fault, but Quinn's murder of Dominique is one that might have easily been avoided, and Reacher knows it. So far in Season 3, the tension emanated from Reacher trying to preserve his cover in the strange criminal operation he believed Zachary Beck managed. This episode confirmed that Beck's actual boss, Julian McCabe, is just a pseudonym for Quinn. However, since Reacher has won some confidence from Beck, he was able to travel a bit more freely for a confab with his DEA agent buddies. He killed some of Quinn's men, but was able to utilize those deaths to construct the impression that Beck was under attack. Yet now that Reacher is a hired gun for the group, he's going to have to do even more questionable things. While he's in this for Quinn's head, Susan Duffy enlisted him to save an informant she persuaded into going undercover, a girl named Teresa. Perhaps the most significant feature in the episode is that despite the precise distinctions, Reacher perceives his failure with Dominique as exactly the same thing. Reacher secured his cover, but that wasn't the hard part of his mission. The cliffhanger ending highlights how Season 3 keeps raising the stakes. The back part of Dominique highlights the new difficulty Reacher has as he tries to navigate the treacherous seas of his assignment. After killing some of Quinn's guys, he gave a laptop to Duffy and her companion. Of course, Quinn can trace this device, which puts Reacher's new pals in danger. Beck tasked him with assisting other hired guns in eliminating these intruders. The only good news so far is that they believe it is a competing group of criminals rather than the DEA. The episode concludes with the hired guns entering a warehouse for a showdown with the agents. Nobody in the audience believes Reacher would let Duffy or Guillermo Villanova be hurt if he could avoid it. So the cliffhanger works because he is not present to save them. While Reacher's survival is guaranteed unless there is no more show, all of these characters are disposable. In fact, even book aficionados are unsure of the outcome. Reacher has adjusted certain elements, such as making Zachary Beck a widower. However, it is reasonable to wonder how far he will go to keep his cover. Reacher will not kill his pals, but if he is unable to eliminate Quinn's hitmen while maintaining his cover, he may imprison them. The storytellers believe that Reacher's background with U.S. Army investigators influences his plot and character development. His dilemma is how far he can go before giving up on his chance to seek justice for a slain colleague. This is why it was critical for the series to show his first meeting with Quinn and Dominique. Understanding how essential revenge is to him in this circumstance implies that Reacher is willing to cross certain moral lines to get it. Again, he wouldn't let the agents die if he could avoid it, but he wouldn't risk revealing his cover unless it was absolutely necessary. This episode delves into Dominique Cole's history and how she died. The special investigators were good because Reacher failed his first protege. Reacher's most distinguishing characteristic is that he is a lone wolf, and the flashback reveals that he was the same way in the Army initially. His mentor, General Gardner, offers him a sidekick, the titular Dominique Cole. During their initial meeting, she impresses Reacher with her observation and deductive talents. Over the course of the episode, Reacher becomes increasingly impressed with her. When they eventually present their case against Quinn, he instructs her to arrest him on her own. He does it as a sign of confidence in her abilities and to assist her in her career, but it was a deadly mistake. Reacher to Duffy and Villanueva, it's rare to meet someone who does everything perfectly. Dominique Cole did the right thing in the proper way. She was going to be awesome. It's understandable for viewers to doubt that decision, especially because Reacher arrived at Quinn's residence with a full tactical team. Sending Cole and another soldier was clearly a mistake, but it was not committed by the storytellers. Everyone misjudged Quinn, especially Reacher. Accepting that his presence at the arrest would have taken away Cole's thunder, there's no reason she couldn't have dispatched a tactical squad as backup. It's critical to Season 3's plot because her death was avoidable, and one Reacher may blame himself as her commanding officer. Perhaps the most important revelation in the flashback is that Cole is a better military police officer than Reacher. If Quinn had killed Reacher, Cole would almost definitely not have executed him extrajudicially. She would honor her captain by seeing his trial and prosecution. However, after 2 seasons, viewers realize Reacher isn't designed that way. Gardner appears to be no exception, as Reacher tells him what he's about to do with no resistance. This makes Quinn's rebirth all the more heartbreaking, because as Villanueva tells Duffy, if Reacher hadn't messed things up, none of this would have happened. Thank you for watching.